Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to A's Hard Paradise. Today, we're doing the brakes on the old 77 Dodge Little Mopar muscle truck. And hopefully the brakes are actually salvageable and we don't have any issues with it. I know we gotta change the master cylinder under the hood and drain the brake lines today. So, let's jump right into working on the truck today. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm back here at the Little Mopar muscle truck. Previously, we jacked up the truck to where it is sitting off the ground, as you guys can see here. And, if I get under here, it actually doesn't look all too bad. I thought it was going to be way worse underneath my truck here, and I am surprised that everything is in really good condition under here. The front cross member, the steering, everything, and oh, I just found out where I hook up to keep this thing good in the winter. Ain't that neat? Yeah, everything is good and needs to be cleaned up, but safe to say that's another job for another video. But what I'm going to be doing here soon is taking the wheel and tire off here to where you can get access to the brakes and check how good the brakes are, see if they're savable. And then we've got to drain the master cylinder here because that unfortunately is not brake fluid. So gotta take the lines off, gotta let that drain out of the main reservoir or whatever. So I'm gonna be doing that here in a couple minutes. So let's get to it. Alright, so now when you're taking off a wheel like this, you always typically want to have something to put your lug nuts here in. So I went into the cab of my truck here and grabbed one of the front hubcaps here. It's a little battered and bruised, but I think it should keep the hubcaps nice and safe for when we eventually put the wheel and tire back on the truck after we figure out the whole brake situation. So let's begin removing off the front driver's side wheel and tire. Let's get underneath here and show you what we've been doing, or I'm gonna do here. But I've got to jack it up and take this this one off, that one off, and you guys can see how clean the underside of it is. It's not as bad as my friends think it is. They think I got a shit box. Well, you guys are definitely gonna be wrong, because I think my truck looks cleaner than most of your guys' vehicles, even on the underside. There's my rear end. Not sure what type of rear end it is, but I know it's just your basic D series probably rear end for this thing. Got my jack here, about ready to get going on the underside here, and let's get to rocking and rolling. Alright, I've got my impact. The socket is currently in the truck, but what I'm going to do first is I've got this little bar here to get off our hubcaps. And I will be putting the hubcap back on. There we go. Just give it one good old smack and your hubcap is off. Now I'll grab the socket and get to taking off this wheel and tire, and then the other side, and then we can get to some other stuff. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time to actually get to remove this old and weathered master cylinder. This, I believe, is the original master cylinder to this truck right here. We've got to remove it. We've got to remove the front and rear brake lines here. And then hopefully we're going to be putting on the nice, brand new, shiny master cylinder, and hopefully bleeding the brakes as well. Alright, so I'm starting to remove the front and rear brake lines here on the D100 here for the old master cylinder. And then we're going to be working up towards removing the entire master cylinder here itself and swapping out for the nice new shiny master cylinder, which you guys will see in a little bit.
Okay, now come straight out with it. No. Caught it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, no. Get that. Bring it clear out and find somewhere to dump it.
Okay.
Back to your truck.
Well, now that we're done with this old master cylinder, it's out with the old and in with the new. Alright, time to open the brand new master cylinder. What kind of goodies do we got here? Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new master cylinder. We got parts in the box, don't we? Yeah. Instructions. Don't need that. I think new bolts.
No, those are plugs for the holes. If you.
There's nothing else in the box, so.
That's all they are. Plugs for the holes.
You got something open then?
No, you're gonna have to tear it open yourself. Have you got the gasket scraper down here?
No.
What's that red handle thing in the cab?
That is to pop the hubcaps off.
Oh, okay. That's on my pry bars.
Yes. Oh, don't want to damage it. Alright.
Okay, now you
Check this on bitch out.
go straight on.
Alright, so it's finally time to install the nice new master cylinder. This is actually pretty much the same style of master cylinder that I previously took off of the truck here. And I'm going to be using the same bolts here, as you guys can see, to install this one. And it just looks way better. It's a little out of place on the engine bay here just because it's all dirty and stuff. But eventually I'll clean the entire engine bay and it will look just as good as this new master cylinder does. There, she's done.
Tighten both of them on this side some more yet. Tighten them as tight as they were when you took it off.
That's as tight as I can go for the top one.
Try once more.
Okay. As tight as I can go for that bottom one. So check this and then I gotta should be down here. As tight as I can go for that one. As tight as I can go for that.
Okay. Now go in and just push the clutch pedal and see if it'll push down slow. Or brake pedal, I mean. Just go push it slow.
Alright.
All I want to do is make sure we didn't lock a pin out of place.
Yeah.
Go to the floor.
Alright.
Gotta go down to the floor.
It's already down.
Okay, that's good. You can let it up. That's good for now.
Alright.
Till we prime it, we won't put the lines on.
Yep.
So you can shut your. Now these two can go back up to the garage.
I'm gonna move this, don't
Yeah.
I? Which way does it go? Can you just pull it or? Wait.
Teach you a little secret.
Ah!
Okay, you got it.
Fuck.
I was going to show you. I use a screwdriver and pop that up.
And then there's these tabs.
That's just.
I'm good.
Just pull it off.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, now you have to fill both reservoirs.
This little guy and that little guy. Okay.
Somebody's gonna give a shit.
Yep.
No, is that open? No, you gotta take the seal off.
I have to open it.
And don't get it on the paint of the vehicle.
I know that.
Brake fluid
Yeah.
will take paint off. Go. I guess you might have to go find a utility knife.
Okay.
Okay.
I think brake fluid is deadly to touch.
No, no, it's not. It dries your skin out though.
Oh jeez. There we go.
I know something else I could have had you do today. I'll still have you do it. You fill it right full. Or pretty near full. More yet. Okay, put about the same amount in that, the same level in that one. Now, do you want me to do the priming with the syringe?
Back in there.
Yeah. Because really, you're supposed to be able to.
Oh, now I get it.
You're supposed to be able to do that and get the air out of it.
Okay.
But just like this sucker's.
go find another one?
I'll have to go buy another one. Okay, give me that plug.
I'm gonna plug that side.
Yeah, and then we'll go with this other one, and then hopefully Uncle can get the air out of it.
Yeah.
With his,
His bleeder or whatever.
yeah.
Is that the rear brake line?
That's the front one.
Front one, okay.
The big reservoir is always the front brakes.
Okay, and then the little one is the rear one. Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes if you got disc brakes all the way around, then you got even sized reservoirs.
Okay, yeah. It's different for the manual ones too. You have to have a separate master cylinder for the clutch, don't they?
If these, no.
No?
The 88 doesn't. It does, but the 75 didn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
You go find some paper towel.
Yeah.
See how it's looking much nicer than it was the other day?
Yeah, it's looking way better.
Because we're actually getting fresher fluid here.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Now I want to check the reservoir again.
Yep.
And then we'll do one more here, I think.
On this brake line, yeah.
Yes. You guys want to make sure we've got all the old nasty stuff out.
That's always a good plan when doing the brakes for the first time since installing the new master cylinder.
A whole bunch of air right now.
Okay.
Okay, time to empty that again. Given the amount of air we're getting right now, we're going to do it at least one more time
Yeah.
on this wheel.
Because this is always a step-by-step process for these.
Yes. See, and given the fact we had that one line right off, we would have introduced air into it.
Yeah.
So that's hopefully what I'm getting right now.
Mm-hmm.
I need to stop. Depressurize this. Gonna dump this batch. And I'm gonna check the reservoir again.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna try something here.
Try just pushing the pedal.
There we go.
That seemed to work.
Well, something's definitely making me think I could be sucking air here unless this thing's already had air in this caliper.
Probably.
Like there again, you see that dark?
Yeah.
So we'll go till we're not getting dark.
Yes. We need the lighter stuff to come out.
Mm-hmm.
The dark is the old fluid, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, my truck's finally running again. It's time to have some fun with the old 77 Dodge D100 and see if it actually stops and does everything it needs to. Well, I stalled it, but it fucking worked. It moved! Yes! Okay. That's fucking awesome. what's funny? My thing starts to sound like a fucking diesel now. Like, this thing is super fucking fun, and I'm glad to have it back in working condition. Like, this thing steers fucking amazing. So, how'd you guys like the episode? I can't believe my truck is finally here and up and running. If you guys liked the episode, make sure to subscribe, follow me more on all my other social medias, as well as any other revival episodes I choose to do here on the channel. Remember, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.